The black garlic does not taste like regular garlic. It has a totally different consistency and a different flavor. So then I actually went to a huge Korean market in Sunnyvale and they didn't carry it. So I'm not really quite.
I knew that we were doing this, and everybody had a rush.
Yeah, he looked at me.
The word got out.
It's really good because you know why? I'm eating the garlic bread, and it's a little bit of the black garlic. You can taste in it, and it's like a little hint of sweet. Hi, welcome to Cooking for All Seasons. My name is Judy Keys, and today I have my sister Debbie with me.
Hello.
Debbie's from North Carolina, Wilmington.
Yes.
Right? Wilmington.
Well, originally here.
Originally from here, but living now in Wilmington.
On the coast.
On the coast. Where, what is the name of that movie, that famous movie that from the river?
Cape
Fear?
Mm-hmm.
Is that Cape Fear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cape Fear River runs right through the city. It's a port city, so we have shipping that comes in and out, and of course the beach, Wrightsville Beach, and the Intercoastal Waterway, and it's a really old city, and it's very artsy and very fun. It's very fun. It's a very fun community.
So she was going to come out here, so I said, and we've done some shows together, but it's been a while, so I said I would like her to be here. And so then I was trying to think, what can we do? So then, as I was reading, because I read cooking magazines, you know, and go online and read cookbooks and stuff, and I saw an article on black garlic. Okay, so I used black garlic probably maybe a year or 2 years ago for a couple of things, but I hadn't used it, and I thought, gee, you know, maybe that would be like a really good thing. You know, kind of fun, something different. And so when I saw this article in this food magazine, I thought, oh, that's for us.
Yeah.
So let me tell you what, I have to read this because then I know that I gave you the correct information, because sometimes, you know, you can mess it up. So it says black is the new garlic, and it says, sure, it might look like garlic gone bad, but really it's an ingredient we've seen at restaurants across the country. Now, this is from the cooking magazine. I haven't been across the country seeing it, but I'm reading what they say. So this is sort of a quote, I guess. Black garlic is made when heads of regular garlic are aged under specialized conditions until the cloves turn inky black and develop a sticky, date-like texture. So Debbie will show you what it looks like. Isn't that cool?
I'd say that's pretty inky.
That's pretty black. The only thing that I could say that was equal to that color would be squid ink.
Yeah,
you know?
The thing that's interesting about this is that these are single clove garlic heads, which in Gilroy, I don't think.
Well, no, you know what it reminds me of? Elephant garlic. I wonder if it's like baby elephant garlic. You know, because elephant garlic has a quite large clove, and I'm wondering if it is before it gets really big.
I mean, this is one
clove,
and it has
heavy.
A lot of weight to it, which is interesting. I wouldn't have expected it to weigh this much, but actually, I kind of wish all the garlic was single clove. It would really make it a lot easier.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You know, when you're prepping a lot of garlic and you're like peeling the cloves, this certainly comes in handy this way. But so it's pretty interesting. It's sticky. It's a little
so
sticky.
that's what it says. It says it cloves her inky black develop a sticky date-like texture, and the taste out of this world, sweet, earthy, minus the alums, characteristic heat. Think of it as garlic's umami-packed shadow.
Yeah.
For in-the-know chefs, it's the shortcut to adding intense, what is that, flavor to everything from mayo to steak. Okay, so the other one that's kind of like, what is that, would be something like anchovy paste. In things, when people go, oh no, I don't like anchovies, but they're like, God, this is, And then you're like, oh, don't say
Yeah.
anything. It has anchovy
Well,
paste
yeah, because
in
it gives a
It just-
undertone
that
flavor.
undertone, and
I
I-
think this is probably though a bit more distinct in flavor. You probably want this.
No,
to
but
be
I mean,
more,
it's
so.
what they're saying is it gives it a flavor that people aren't. They wouldn't know where that came
Well, you
from.
know, in reading a few things about it, it's similar to roasted garlic, but it's much more intense. So elevate that roasted garlic to to the
I can-
to the
I could-
100th power.
I could smell it.
Yeah,
From
so
here.
It's
It's
got
just
it's
a real
really-
earthy kind
Yeah,
of.
it's really neat. One of the things that well, go ahead and finish if you're going to read some more.
Well, so
and then I'll-
that's kind of what it says, and then it just says, how does it become that when bulbs are kept for weeks at low temperatures in a humid environment, the enzymes that give fresh garlic its sharpness break down. Those conditions also facilitate the Maillard reaction, the chemical process that produces wild new flavor compounds responsible for the deep taste of seared meat and fried onions. Ooh.
Yeah, so it kind of has. Well, I think so. I think a lot of people think that black garlic is fermented, but it is not. So that's
Yeah.
a that's incorrect.
That's why I wanted to read this. And they use it in Korean, and they use it in what I read in
Indian.
Indian. Now, I will honestly have to say I couldn't find it anywhere. They used to carry it at, I could just say at Trader Joe's. They don't carry it anymore. I've checked all the other major large markets, Whole Foods, Lenardi's, Zanata's, all of these, and I couldn't find it. So then I actually went to a huge Korean market in Sunnyvale, and they didn't carry it. So
Maybe they
I'm not
sold
really
out.
quite.
They
I
knew
no,
that we were doing this, and everybody had a rush. On
you know,
it.
he looked at
The
me.
word got out, and everybody just went and had to buy it. Judy's
Yeah.
doing it. Judy's doing it. We have to have our black garlic.
So I just, I kind of asked the guy, and he kind of looked at me kind of strange. I thought, well, maybe he doesn't realize I know what it is, which I really don't, but I kind of do.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we just resorted to the fact that I ordered it on Amazon.com, and it came, and it's good. So, I know you might have a little bit of a trouble finding it. Check some of your markets, your local markets. Probably more the ethnic markets, my guess, is that you might find it. If not, find somebody who can share with you and order it online. It's not that expensive, and it's kind of neat. So with that, we're going to make today. Debbie's going to make some. Okay, she's going to make me eat it.
So it has a balsamic vinegar quality
Yeah.
to it. So,
It almost does really taste like that.
yeah. So it tastes like roasted garlic
Gone.
with balsamic vinegar glaze, like an aged balsamic vinegar glaze pureed together. So it's tangy and a little sweet.
I was
It's
trying
really
to
good.
see if the hand wanted to taste it. And she's like, no, I'll wait. I go, okay.
Teen, do you want to take? Okay. Anyway, so it's really amazing. I think
I think it tastes good. I think it would be really good. Well, okay, these are the things we're going to make. Debbie's going to make a black garlic herb butter. And that's like, we have fresh herbs and stuff like that. And she's going to combine it and everything. So she's going to show you how to do that. Then we're going to make a mac and cheese with black garlic. No, mac and cheese is like really popular and everybody's eating it. So I thought, I wanted to make things that were kind of simple, things that people could make and sort of, not something that was real complicated. Because then they're like, well, can I just use it for regular stuff? So this is kind of regular stuff. Then Debbie's going to make a roasted tomato with fresh herbs and black garlic. Pasta.
Okay, so one thing I do want to mention, and in all of these recipes, with the exception of the mac and cheese, the black garlic isn't going to be cooked highly into the recipe. So because it's already very dark in nature, hence the name black garlic, I think you'd probably, you don't want to fry it up in a pan because it'll burn very quickly. This was an FYI moment from some friends back in Wilmington and Raleigh that are familiar with cooking with this a lot, so I consulted with them. So you don't want to cook this at any really high temperature. If it's in a sauce and you're just heating it gently, then that's fine. But
and in the mac and cheese, because the cheese will, that should be fine.
Right.
I don't. It's got cream and stuff, so I don't.
Right. So, but I'm going to start with making a compound butter with it, and so we're going to put that on some French bread. But instead of putting it on the bread and toasting it in the oven, we're going to toast the bread, and we'll assemble it later. But and then we'll put the butter, on top of it. So you basically will just have it in a.
Actually, that's my favorite way of making garlic bread.
And you have it in a dish on the table, and everybody can put the amount of butter to their liking, which is always a lot.
Yeah,
for me,
well, I was going to spread. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to eat it.
So are we?
Okay.
We ready to get
Yeah.
going?
So let's do it.
Okay. Cool.
So because we're going to wait for the pot to boil, I'm going to start the bechamel sauce for the mac and cheese. So you know what? I need to get some butter out because I used all the butter. So hold on. I'll be right there. I'll open this. Butter. So what's the ratio, Deb? We're making bechamel sauce.
Oh, 1:1 for your roux, and then the thing is you're adding cheese to that bechamel, so that's going to thicken it. So I use 2 tablespoons of flour to 2 tablespoons of butter, and 4 cups of a quart of half and half, because you don't want it to be too thick.
No, you don't.
So, and you can always thin it more, but I would do that. I would use 4, because then the cheese is going to really thicken it a lot.
And the pasta does too.
Yeah, but 2 tablespoons butter or fat. So if you weren't using butter, you could use
I
oil.
use bacon fat.
Or rendered bacon fat, or chicken fat, or
Chicken schmaltz.
whatever. But you can,
2 tablespoons.
yeah. So you basically melt your butter. It's a classic roux. So you melt your butter and then add the flour, and then cook your flour in the butter, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you have to cook the flour for a minute or 2.
just to
Yeah,
get
because otherwise it just kind of tastes kind of gloopy.
yeah,
I mean, it tastes floury.
yeah.
Well, you can brown it. I mean, it could get brown if you accidentally leave it on too
Well,
long.
that would be
it won't hurt
that
it.
would be a classic roux for Cajun and Creole cooking. So that's how the roux are made for gumbos.
But I even brown butter and a Mistra cheese, which is a Greek cheese, over pasta is like
That's pretty tasty.
that's like really awesome.
I think you had me at butter and pasta, pretty much.
Yeah.
The cheese is just an added bonus.
So I'm melting the butter. I'm melting 2 tablespoons of flour. I have to be very careful when I'm cooking with my sister because she's a baker and I'm not. So when I'm using flour, I have to be more, what?
Yep.
I have to be more precise.
Yeah, you don't have to be that precise. I mean, the roux that's not baking.
No.
It's just making a sauce. So
But sometimes when I call her and I tell her I'm baking something, she'll ask me, well, did you sift it?
no, you really don't
Or
do
did
that.
you, what did she say? Well, I just dump it all into one thing and make it. She goes, no.
Well, you can. You're just not going to get the same results. I mean, baking is a different art form than savory cooking, and I think everybody knows that. So
Yeah.
You can only fudge so far when you're baking,
Yeah.
but
You can't just say, Gee, maybe I'll add a little baking soda, or maybe I'll just add a little baking
Or maybe I'll
powder.
forget the baking
Maybe I'll
soda.
forget it. And it's
Or,
like,
gee, I don't have baking soda. Well, there are substitutes, by the way, to,
Yeah.
you know, and most, you know, general cookbooks will have substitutes for baking powder, baking soda, and so on.
so here, this is what I'm making. Can you see it? So we're just going to let it cook. You can see it starts getting kind of foamy, you know, and that means that the flour is beginning to cook
Yeah,
out.
and using a whisk is really good when you're making.
Yeah, because you know why? Because sometimes it sticks to the sides,
corner,
in the
yeah.
corners. So there's your
I
10
think
minutes.
my tomatoes are calling me, so I'm gonna take a peek at those and just see how far along we've come.
Can you grab the half and half out of the fridge?
Sure. Ta-da!
Ta-da! Okay.
So I don't know. I always keep half and half in heavy cream in my refrigerator. How about you?
Oh, yeah. I always do.
It's great because, especially when you have like a little bits of leftover cheese, then you always have something to make a little mac and cheese with, right? Or a little potatoes au gratin. Or, you know, one thing we didn't talk about, and it's a possibility, is instead of using, like you could use a bechamel with the cheese in it, and instead of using pasta, if you don't want the carbs from pasta, you could do cauliflower that's blanched,
Yeah.
well, or broccoli or asparagus, or I don't know, what other vegetable. You could even use cabbage, actually, which would be really delicious.
Peas.
Peas, green beans.
Peas and onions.
Peas and onions.
You know?
So you could take
Oh, spinach.
spinach.
Like cream spinach.
I thought maybe we did something wrong. Okay, ooh, spinach. Okay, Swiss chard. She doesn't like Swiss chard.
And no kale.
No,
No kale.
No, we don't need creamed kale. I think spinach is
No
good.
kale. This is a no kale house. Sorry.
Aw.
I don't know why. I'd never
love
liked, I don't like Swiss chard, but I like greens, colored greens, and I like spinach, but I don't know what it is. I like the color of it. I think it's really pretty. You know, they make those beautiful Swiss chard in the different colors.
The rainbow chard.
The rainbow chard. It's beautiful, but, you know, it's pretty to look at.
It's delicious to eat.
Yeah.
But so
Okay, so a little dry mustard and some fresh nutmeg. Sorry.
It's okay. There's no apology necessary. So anyway, so that's a really great substitute for your pasta. And so that would be kind of like a gratin. Okay, so you would just do everything pretty much the same way, but instead of cooking the pasta like you would for mac and cheese, you just blanch your vegetable. Drain it really well. You don't want it drippy wet when you mix it with the cheese sauce. So that would be really, really nice. I would like that. And if you added an egg to it, then it would kind of become a souffle. That's basically what you do. It's not juice.
I know, but it has sometimes the fat sits on the top.
Oh.
So we want what? 2, 3, 3, 4, 3,
What the?
3. Yeah?
Well, I would put 3 or 4 because you got a lot of cheese that you're going to put
3
then-
and 3/4.
That's right. Just shy of a quart, that would be.
Well, that's in case you didn't have a whole quart. You could use a little bit less.
Or you could add some milk in it.
Yeah. And actually, what I've been really bad at every once in a while, when I don't quite have enough,
Stock,
stock or
not the H2O.
no, never. No, stock, chicken stock, vegetable stock.
You make it with the stock. It's a velouté sauce.
So Debbie, you want to see it? Well, I don't know. It's really nothing. It's just milk. It's
So-
not thickened yet.
Once it starts to simmer, it'll start to thicken.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, flour has to boil in order to thicken. She works for I don't know what to,
A cooking retailer.
a cooking retailer. And she does the cooking, the classes and stuff for the company.
So what kind of cheese do you have for
Okay,
the...
so here, hold on. I got it. Hold on. Macaroni and cheese is like, it doesn't all have to be one kind of cheese. It could be a combination.
It's actually better if it's
I think
not.
it tastes better when you have it. So I had some Gorgonzola. This is some Parmesan Reggiano. And this is some French Comté?
Comté
Comté.
or Comté. I'm not sure
Comté.
how it's pronounced.
So I think it's more like a Emmental and
Or Gruyere.
Gruyere kind of cheese. But so I thought a little hit of some Gorgonzola and some Parmesan would be,
Tasty.
because we're going to put the black garlic in it, and then we're going to top it with some panko that I've buttered, and then we're going to sprinkle it with some pancetta. Pancetta? Oh no!
I love it.
Pancetta is an Italian bacon. It's not been smoked. So it just has
it's goodness.
Yeah, it just has a
just
little bit
goodness.
flavor. If you don't want to put it on, you don't have to. If you want to use regular bacon, if you don't want to use bacon,
Yeah.
you don't have to. So I had it, so I thought, oh, let's try it with that.
It just gives it an extra little...
Well, you either that or, because it's salted too, and so if you're missing a little bit of salt, it will kind of help with the flavor. So, we're cooking.
Mm-hmm.
We're cooking.
You probably want to keep stirring when you're making a bechamel and not really take your eyes off the pot. No, because I always overboil it and it always burns all over my stove. Because cream and half boil it much faster.
And all of a sudden
it goes really fast, and oh man, it's a mess. So I'm forever doing that.
I thought I was the only one that had a volcano of cream.
Every time.
Can you see? You want me to go over here? I can go over here. How's that? This is my better side. But, so as soon as this begins to thicken a little bit, it's getting there. Because flour becomes its greatest thickness at the boil point. If you don't let it boil, I don't mean like boiling over, but the rolling boil, you won't really realize that you won't know how thick it's going to be, and then all of a sudden you can't add any more cream once it's like stuck to the pasta, and so you need to let it boil a little bit to kind of get the idea of what's going on. We have come to a boil and we have thickened. So here, you have to get it real fast. See it? See how it's puffed up? You got that? So that we know that it's reached its potential in thickness. So we have a good idea of what's going on here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, while she's doing that, I'm cutting the Gorgonzola into the cream, or the half and half. Can you see it? I need to move this over. How's that? Is that better? Gorgonzola is like a blue cheese. It's a little milder, though. What? Oh, that's good. Well, you need to taste your food. I mean, that's the one thing that if you watch any cooking shows, I mean, I know we're watching mine, but I mean, watching this one, but they always talk about people who they need to make sure that you taste what you're cooking, because you don't have any idea, you won't know what the salt balance is. It's okay. You can taste it, you know. Some people don't. They just cook and then they don't.
You know, if one of my friends that I've just recently started doing a lot of cooking with in Wilmington, she we were having lunch the other day, and she said, you know, I finally figured out how to make sure I really love what I'm cooking, and that is to taste it as I'm cooking it. She said, because I used to cook it and not taste it until the end. Well, at that point in time, it's
over and done.
Adjusting it, for the most part, is gone. I mean, you can always salt at the end, but that's not really the way to do it, because then it's just salted on the top. It's not infused into the food.
Right. You have to. There's layers, flavor layers, and what happens is you'll miss the flavor layers if you don't taste it as you go, and then all of a sudden, like you say, at the end, you're like trying to dump salt. It's like dumping salt in potatoes, mashed potatoes. It doesn't always work too good after. So you salt your potatoes as you're boiling them.
Well,
then that way.
Very well.
Then that
and,
way.
And making potato salad. It's the same.
Oh yeah. I like potato salad.
So,
Okay, so that
how much cheese are you going to put in there?
I don't know. I'm like, so this is that Parmesan. That looks kind of good, huh?
Okay.
And then this is the French one. Yeah.
I'll stir it.
Okay, use the stirrer. And then we'll taste.
So it's neat because
And then we'll cut the black garlic.
The sauce is hot. So when you put this nice finely grated or medium to fine grated cheese in it, it just automatically melts into this silky smoothness. It's very tasty.
Smells good too. So let's see, we need a taster. Ooh, hot.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to need a little more.
You taste. Because then if it's not good, I can blame it on What do we need?
You need more of that cheese, and you need more half and half, and more salt, and some. Do you have any white pepper?
Yes, I do. By the
I
way,
think white pepper.
I did put some dry.
Mustard.
I put dry mustard in and some nutmeg. But white mustard white pepper.
And this is too, look at how thick that is. That is cheesy goodness. The problem is though, if it's too thick like this, it's going to become
Pepper,
too
white.
thick with it. Very little. That's probably about right.
And some cream?
Yeah. Half and half.
Half and half.
Well, you want it thin enough so that it doesn't become.
Well, and the pasta itself will thicken it. Huh?
Yeah, it just needs to go back on the heat a little bit because now there's.
Ooh, it looks so pretty.
I think maybe a little bit more.
Okay.
And then readjust it. There you go.
Okay.
There.
Okay, so then.
Well, otherwise, I mean, you can't feel it, but I can. That's because I'm stirring it.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
Okay, so I'll do this. I'll put it back on. You chop some black garlic. How about that?
I can do that.
The
She's giving me
pasta's
the good job.
the pasta's already cooked, so
Okay.
I think we have enough.
So 2 of these?
I think so.
Okay.
I
Two of
think it
these
could
little
use. I think it
orbs.
could use that.
The black orbs.
Yeah,
They're
Oh.
good.
I'll taste it.
Okie dokies.
Oh, it needs a little salt.
Yeah.
Ooh, it tastes good though. Tastes good. I just want to say, I hope that if you have a sister or a brother or an aunt or an uncle or a mother or a father or a sister or brother,
Friend,
a friend, that you get to cook with them
fun.
because it's fun. It's fun. It's fun to cook with your children. When they cook it, sometimes they're more apt to eat it than they would if they didn't cook it themselves. If you cook it with your family and your family eats it and they don't like it, you can blame your sibling for it. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can get away with.
This is like interesting.
Okay, like I'm Kleenex.
You know, this would be really good.
What?
That sauce with mushrooms and this as a side dish.
Or spinach. Like cream spinach.
I know, we already talked about green spinach.
Not kale,
No.
cream spinach.
Oh, kale.
I know that it's real
Kale
popular.
the kale.
I know it's real popular. My daughter loves it. But I just,
I put it in smoothies. It's good.
I mean, I've had it where it was really good. I had it one time. It was baby kale that was, I think it was fried or something like that. And it tasted okay. But in general.
She eats it all the time. She's just saying that.
Ew.
Oh, you know what? Now that I'm just doing that, I've got to cut some other black garlic. So why don't I just do it
Did you put
all-
the temp? Oh, you know, this pasta's still cooking.
I know. I tasted it and it wasn't ready yet.
Oh,
I got to put some in my other dish. So since I've got my cutting board already with the black garlic, I think I'll cut a little more so I can use some for mine.
okay. I think this is ready.
Okay? That's not.
I know, but let me show you a trick.
Well,
I just took this and dripped it onto the spoon because you shouldn't put the spoon back in.
she took here, just like this, and just dripped it onto it.
So look at this, please, stringy cheese. It's good, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty tasty.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so
So then wait till we add the black garlic to it. That'll really give it a zhuzh.
this is 3 of the cloves because I need some for mine. So I don't know
okay.
how much you want to put in. To
Well,
yours.
you know what? Let's
I mean, what do you think?
put some
And don't
in.
forget your pancetta.
Yeah, but let's
Okay.
put some here. Give me one of those. Just put it here, and I'll put the cheese sauce there, and we can kind of put it in. This is a lot of cheese sauce. So
Never enough cheese sauce.
never know. So
Just put whatever you want in.
yeah. So that's probably a clove.
No,
Two-
that's
That's probably 2.
That's about
Yeah.
that's a clove and a half, probably.
Yeah. So let's try that. It's so good. You know that the garlic. It's good. I mean,
The garlic.
yeah, that garlic is.
The gar-
Wait a minute, you have cheese sauce on your face. Really? We're on TV.
Oh, now I gotta wash up.
I like that flavor. I really want you guys to try it. I really. If you don't think that you want to use a whole bunch of it, you know, get with a friend or something, order some, and just try it. Because I don't see how you couldn't like it. You know, because it's kind of a.
Well, if you don't like balsamic, if you don't
Vinegar.
like roasted garlic and you don't like balsamic vinegar, then it's not for you. But if you like both of those things, then it is.
Isn't it good? More? See, because I mean, we are new.
And that's good. Yeah, you just want to make sure you have a couple pieces of it in every bite. Otherwise,
Yeah. I mean,
probably enough.
we're new at this, and that's why I'm sharing it with you, just so that you can see what we're testing and kind of going through of
See,
making
that's
it.
the perfect consistency for the sauce, don't you think?
Yeah, it's very nice. So
Otherwise,
here.
it would be a little too
So see?
lifted up, so you can see how
Ow.
this. So it's drippy. So it's what you think would be. You want thick sauce for mac and cheese. You really don't. Remember that it's going to seep into all of the little nooks and crannies of the macaroni,
And the starch.
and then it's gonna seize up again. So if you want at the end, you want a creamy macaroni and cheese. You want to make sure you don't end up with you don't start with thick sauce. Otherwise, it's gonna be too
Okay,
thick.
here. Okay, so what do we have here?
Oh, here, you need some more room. I'm just cutting more garlic up for this.
Ooh, that's hot. Oh, I know what I was gonna do. Here, can I put this up here?
Yeah.
God, it weighs a ton. I'm going to mix it in here.
Yeah.
You want to dump it? Look at it, looks like a brain. Doesn't it? Awesome,
does.
awesome for Halloween, You could, You could put like a light underneath it and just, oh, sorry. This is kind of funny. So I'm going to pour some of this in here. Ooh, I want to get that black garlic in there. Can you see it? No, you can't see me pouring it. Here. Can you see it now? Oh. Ugh, heavy. Mmm. Huh?
Black garlic finger.
Ooh. Smells so good though.
Wanna-
Yeah. Oh, it's so pretty too. Here, wait a
Okay,
minute.
now there you go.
Can you see it? See these little black specks. So I think we should put the rest of it in there, huh?
People will go, oh, looks like you put truffles in there.
Oh yeah, it does.
It's not though.
Surprise!
Oh yeah, I like it. So put the rest of the cheese sauce in it, you think?
Yeah.
You got it. You might as well
Use it. Though if you did make too much, it would be really good over, like instead of hollandaise sauce. You could use
Over
this
asparagus.
over asparagus, over eggs, poached eggs. I make like an omelet for my husband, and then I use the leftover cheese sauce in it. What do you think? More? Okay. I'm following orders from headquarters. Okay. Doing it.
Put it all in.
Can you see?
Put it all in. There you go. Because it's going to go into all the little nooks and crannies
I know.
there, and then it looks like a lot of sauce, and then all of a sudden it's like, where did it all go?
Oh. Let's put it over here.
Yeah, see?
Mm.
You want it nice and wet like that, okay?
Yum.
That's perfect.
Okay, let's put it in here. I buttered this dish already.
You want me to put it in?
Yeah. Stronger. Look at that. Doesn't that look pretty? I know a lot of people are doing macaroni and cheese now, but I wanted to do this in the form of macaroni and cheese because I wanted it.
Let me get a,
I wanted it
let me
to.
get a spatula.
Oh, this comes out pretty good.
You have a rubber spatula?
No, this one comes out pretty good like that.
You got it?
Yeah. I got all the little pieces. Okay. So Next, we're going to sprinkle it with some more
cheese.
more cheese,
There's never
please.
enough cheese.
We're just going to put a little bit of the French cheese over the top. Just, I mean, you don't have to go nuts, but just, you know, just a little bit. This is, okay, like if you're on a diet,
So this
you
is
probably
cheese
don't
and
want to.
macaroni.
Yeah.
Not macaroni and cheese, right?
Yeah, so you probably, this is probably, though it doesn't, you know, really for, when you think about it, only has, what?
Only
Three-
has, you know, a quart of half and half and 3 cups of cheese. It's,
Yeah, but it only
not
has
much.
a couple tablespoons of butter, though, you know,
Oh,
really.
go
And this is,
figure.
and then this is just a little bit of Parmesan. Why
That
not?
just gives it a nice color on the top with the sprinkles that you're going to put on.
Yeah. And then, well, we want to make sure everybody gets some. And then this is the, okay, now this does have some butter in it, so, sorry. This is the panko, yeah, with the butter. So, I mean, for me, everybody's different about putting, like, breadcrumbs on things. You don't have panko, you can use like, the other one I like to use is like a day old sourdough, and that's really good. But you don't have to, it doesn't have to be completely densely covered with it, you know. What do you think, Deb?
Well,
More? See? Just what you like.
everybody likes the crispy part on the top.
I know, they
So
do.
if you don't put enough on, then not everybody. You know what happens if it's a deep casserole, you miss it.
Yeah.
On the bottom part. So the pasta is cooked. So I'm just taking some of the pasta water out.
Oh, okay. Okay. Ooh. Ah. We used it all.
That's what it's
I
for.
used it all. And now, this is the pancetta. I already cooked it, so I'm just gonna, I think it kind of looks neat. I mean, the other thing you could put on top of this would be chives. You could put green
Oh, we
chives,
have chives.
but, so, okay. More?
Why don't you just use it up?
Okay.
It's always better to have more. Especially when it's bacon. I mean, you know, you go out for breakfast and it says, 2 eggs with 2 strips of bacon. No, I want like 2 eggs and 8 strips of bacon. Who just wants 2 strips of bacon? And it's always that little skinny stuff. Who wants that? I like the big, thick slices. I know, but that's what I like.
Okay,
There you go. See? No, I turned the oven off. You want me to turn it back on?
yeah. So we're gonna bake it till it gets a little brown on top. Basically, it's pretty much cooked. So you don't want to cook it too long because then it'll begin to, the oil will separate out of the cheese.
Well, that's what you put the flour in there for, to help
Well,
with that.
Okay, is it okay? Yes,
Perfect. I have to touch it.
Yes, to touch it. So, yum.
It's perfection. You could actually even eat it just like this and not bake it, but it's good if it's bubbly.
Yeah, you could. You could really, because technically it's all cooked. There's nothing, except for the cheese that I just put on it, it's not melted. So I'm just going to stick it in the oven now. Ooh, it's heavy.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to drain the pasta because it is cooked now. Get that out of there.
My job is done. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to put this in the
There you
warmer,
go.
and we're going to look at the mac and cheese, see how it's doing, and then we're going to toast some bread, and, well, you'll see us. And we'll be right back.
You know what's neat is that the sweetness of that really emphasizes the tomato. You know what I'm saying? It's like, when you have drizzle balsamic vinegar over tomatoes, it's kind of like that. A little bit. It's nice. I like it a lot.
So,
it a lot.
so we will be right back.
Bye.
Hi, and welcome back. Okay, yum. So,
I'm going to put that.
so this is, see, we toasted the bread.
So now we toasted it first, and then we're going to put this on afterwards because we didn't want to necessarily overheat the. We didn't want to overheat the black garlic. Remember we talked about that, right? Right. So we're going to put this on, and then we'll cut it. Let it get a little melty in there, right?
Yeah. Mm.
Who doesn't love garlic bread?
I don't know anybody.
You know, I mean,
You know what this would be really good with? Like if you made like clam chowder or something. You know,
yeah.
and you served it like this with clam chowder.
You know what else it would
Or
be?
minestrone or anything.
You know, the other thing you could make is an aioli. Instead of a butter base, you could use
Fried potatoes, French fries. What?
the possibilities are endless.
All the diet things.
And see how it's getting all melty into it, which really, makes a huge makes the huge yumminess factor.
Do you want me to cut them like that?
I don't care. I just thought it'd be kind of cool to cut them something a little. Well, you know what? Cut them at a. Don't do that because it's too much. Just cut them at a deep angle or whatever. So make it easy. It's all about easy. I want to make sure.
You can, you can, when it gets warm, you can smell the fragrance of the
garlic.
Herbs, the oils and stuff coming. Yeah.
Isn't it fun to go to a barbecue or a dinner party, and they have a big basket of garlic bread in the buffet? Isn't that is always nice? So this is a really nice thing to have, I think. Everybody always loves that, and you always think, "Oh my gosh, that's so much bread."
It
Never is
always
enough.
gets eaten.
It's never enough.
And anyway, anything left over, you can make really good croutons with this.
Yeah.
To put like in a salad or something.
On your Caesar.
Caesar. So, okay. So then my mom is here, or I should say our mom is here, and it's going to be her 95th birthday in a few months. So we're testing all these recipes because we're going to have a little shindig. So, all right. How's that?
Very nice.
That looks good.
Very nice.
Yum.
Move this out of the way.
You can see that? Okay, Mom, you want to come up? Just be careful.
I'm careful.
Okay, hi.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, my girl.
Hi.
This is our mommy. She's
This is-
wonderful.
This is our young mom.
These my little girls.
So let's have a little taste here.
Should I?
Okay.
Okay, so this is the mac and cheese.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's the pasta with the tomatoes.
Ooh. Oh, it looks beautiful.
Pretty, huh?
Mm-hmm. It looks wonderful, really.
And a nice piece. Let's get it.
Oh, I'm just gonna grab a piece of
Yeah,
bread.
that,
Oh, Mom.
So you want to taste it? It's hot.
what is it?
This is the macaroni and cheese, and this is so that's cheese sauce. You get it?
Hello.
Got it?
Hot.
It's
Good.
Oh, yeah. It's delicious.
Good. And then this is the one with the, yeah, there you go. And that's with the basil.
It's really good because you know why? I'm eating the garlic bread and it's a little bit of the black garlic. You can taste it in there and it's like a little hint of sweet with,
Oh,
it's delicious.
It's stuck.
There we go. It's alive.
It's alive. Got it?
Great.
Is it good?
Oh, yeah.
Tasty, huh?
It's real good.
So,
And then the bread. Want to take a taste of the bread? So I haven't. Okay, I'm going to taste it too.
it's really good. So, that's it for Cooking for All Seasons for today. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as we did. We had a good time.
Yeah, it's good, huh?
We
Toast.
had a great time. Toast. We used black garlic. It's our new best friend.
Yeah.
So I hope that you'll try it. You know, I hope that you'll incorporate it maybe into some of the dishes that you make. That you need to just kind of, you know, change up a little bit. You know, like if you're tired of making lasagna sauce, you know, a certain way, this is going to sort of add another dimension to it. You know, like everybody needs to kind of change. The summer is coming, some fresh veggies, you know, just something a little bit different.
Yeah.
But I want to thank my sister, Debbie, for being here. Actually,
enjoyed
she
it.
also has it's a wine room. And where she lives in Wilmington, she sells wine.
I
So,
drink it too.
She drinks it. And I want to thank my mom for being here. This
Thank you for having me.
young lady. So, you know, we're kind of testing out recipes for her big event. And my name is Judy, and
I have to say this.
it's really good.
It's delicious.
Okay. You've got to make the compound butter. You got to grill some zucchini. And you got to just slather it on that because this is awesome. It's really good. You know, that was, so you know what, go over what did we put in that? Because I think we need to recap it a little bit. Okay, so let me recap the pasta. Roasted tomatoes, like little grape tomatoes, and with olive oil, salt, pepper, little chili flakes, and some sliced garlic in an oven at 375 for 10 plus minutes, and just until they pop and get a little squishy. And then toss with fresh basil and some chopped black garlic over whatever type of pasta that you like. Right?
And mac and cheese with some half and half butter. Some this has some French cheese, Comté, some Parmesan, has a little hit of some Gorgonzola, and the top is some panko with butter and some a little bit of pancetta. And the black garlic, but I think that you could use the black garlic with mostly any cheese. I don't see that it could. So if you've been making your mac and cheese the same way and you need to change it up a little bit, get some black garlic.
Yeah.
And like I said, I had to get it online. So you can send me an email if you find it. So it's Cooking for All Seasons at yahoo.com. Okay, like I'm not a techie yet. So, but thank you guys. Thank you.
Thanks. Really,
Thanks guys for being here with me.
delicious.
And obviously thank you to my crew and the hand. So, thanks guys.
The best hand.
Yeah, don't forget,
We'll
if
give
you
her a
find
hand.
it, please send me an email. I would appreciate it. Okay? Thank you. Cooking for All Seasons out.
Bye.
Black is the new garlic.
No, you want to turn that around?
There you go.
Gotta look good.
So I'm going to read this out of here.
But you're not hearing the microphone.
No, it's just on the replay.
The replay.
When you just rewind
He messed up.
it.
Okay, you know the noise. This is all
Really, that's
good.
fine.
Okay.
Okay.
When? Does this look familiar? Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
See, I wanted to have something that was really good idea, huh? Thank you.
Take the pasta, put the black garlic on it, honey. Get the black.
I did.
Really good.
Isn't that good?
Really, really, really good.
Rally good.
Yeah, it's really good. And the chili flakes that are in it are not hot. It just gives it a back flavor. Okay.
All righty.
Well, the bread is crunchy.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Sorry about that. Well, you'll have to cut that out. It's tasty though. Oh my God, this is amazing.